and everybody working. Fabian, AJ, Ramin, Kat behind us, Bears vs. Bulls out there, and everybody that super chatted today, and everybody that didn't who's watching. Let's keep this show going. Thanks to the midday guys as well, with Max, Pratt, and Sharif coming through on that one. So, hey man, we're Trader TV Live. You're rocking with the best, and now over to Prad. Ciao.
Get him, Prad.
Welcome to the After Hours, the best part of the market over here, where we get to talk about the craziest moves and all the fun where the markets, or the stocks specifically, move around based on how they performed the quarter before this. So let's watch out for, there are a couple stocks here that announced earnings at 4:05, Meta, CMG, eBay, Mattel, STX. So I can't wait to watch out what happens over here. People on the floor are clapping, so I'm just gonna join the party. I'm just gonna clap with them, whatever we're congratulating. Woo, party, congratulate them. Yeah, shout out to everyone who had a monster day today. Markets were all over the place before the FOMC. FOMC itself gave you more moves, and then later on, looks like we got some moves over here on Meta right now. So let's go into the chart. Meta taking off to the north side, 320 breaking, new high coming in the after hours. Looks like the earnings were good, and we are taking off over here. So shout out to the bulls, 300 breaking. Meta is off to the races. Another big monster move for a tech stock. Google being the first one, Meta being the second one. We've seen three of them so far push down. So shout out to Meta over here, going in the opposite direction. Now hitting 322. Let's go see what options expected move was actually. Options expected move was a high of 320.56, and they were expecting a 7.4% move only. But this is a much higher move than already expected. So I'm guessing there was a monster beat over there on their earnings report, because this stock taken off. Right now we're seeing a little bit of a selling at 320. Let's see if we do hold 320 and go for another run up. And META flying. And if Meta is flying, then most likely Snapchat's going to do something along with it. Looks like Snapchat is. So a little bit of a sympathy trade pouring into it. I mean, Snapchat already has been a monster trade today. Shout out to your boy Brankles, man. Shout out to your boy Brankles for this trade. He got in long at $10, and his out was basically the high a day at the end of the day. Monster trade by him. And now he's getting a little bit more. Obviously, I'm not sure if he's holding it or not, but a little bit more move over there incoming with the move of Meta Platforms. Couple other stocks that we're expecting announcing on earnings is QuantumScape, no move yet. eBay going to the downside. Looks like eBay did announce earnings, and we touched $47, but moved back here to almost the day's range at the moment, near 48.50 or so. eBay dropping to the downside a little bit. Mattel dropping earnings. The Barbie stock looks like we did get a little bit of a pump up over here on Mattel, but a little bit of reversal coming in instantly. Crocs going to the downside. What's that? Yeah, I already talked about it. Crocs dropping to the downside right now. Maybe Crocs has also announced its earnings as we are expecting. A lot of positions are looking out for their earnings moves today. And ladies and gentlemen, monster move by Meta today. We were expecting a high of 320 based on options AI's number that they called out using their AI algorithm. Overall, we got a little bit more than that. More than a 7.4 initial bump up to the north side on a 1-minute candle, with almost 1 million shares traded on that candle. So good move coming in on OK volume 2 on a 1 minute. We almost traded as much as we did around on the 1 minute during the day. We did so much more than that actually. I'm just taking a look at the numbers. So much more than that. So Meta Platforms here taking off, monster move. Zuckerberg. Shout out to you, ladies and gentlemen. Zuckerberg still keeps on winning. Zuck 1, Elon 0, says people in the chat. We're already giving the win to Zuckerberg just based on the earnings move for the market, I guess, because Tesla lost, if I remember correctly, 7 or 17% in operation margins. So a little bit of a getting hurt move for Elon, but that winning move for Meta Platforms for Zuckerberg coming in. So I guess, yeah, you can't say Zuck 1, Elon 0 for now. Monster win for anyone who is long on Meta Platforms. We do know that Sharif has been long on Meta for quite some time. I do believe he got out. He got out not too long ago, but You got out not too long ago. 237 is where he got out, and now it's at 327 almost, right? So another $100 move over there on Meta platforms. Here's the daily chart. I mean, look at this daily chart. The trend just continues, and the trend will forever be your friend. The channel that we're stuck in, it just keeps on being beautiful for this position. The gap has been closed, and now the question is, how much higher can we fly on Meta platforms? Looks like tomorrow we could very well see somewhere near 330, 330, even 340 coming in. I don't know if I want to say that. We're up 7% right now in the after hours, but let's actually go here on this chart. While I refresh this page to see if any numbers show up. Come on, show me some numbers. Meta, good night, Ramin. 5-6% up on the day today. You know, if this one wants to take off, that's the trend line that I was talking about. Look at that beautiful trend line popping to the upside. That 318 area breaking. We're now moving into previous ranges. The gap closing recently. Was it actually today kind of the gap closing? Okay. Yeah, the gap kind of closing over here near 316 or so. What was the high today? 301.77. And now we're getting that bigger move to the north side. I mean, somewhere over there, 343. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the higher end of these ranges coming into play tomorrow. 343 to 353 is basically $10. Jesus, Brad. Yeah, I won't be surprised if we see this action on Meta tomorrow. So watch out for this stock. This stock is absolutely monstrous. A little bit of a sell-off coming in now, though, dropping down to 307. Let's see if we can hold up somewhere in this range. Ooh, big sell-off. Big sell-off coming in. Maybe we don't see those numbers. What's going on over here? Meta completely giving up the ghost right now. Did not hold up at the ranges. Like, okay, so I'm comparing it to Google. If you compare it to Google yesterday, the way Google moved was way cleaner and actually kept just ripping to the north side. But Meta over here ripped, selling off at the moment, and it might you know, normalize above today's range, or at least in the higher end of the prices. But that move that we're seeing right now, not really too bullish for Meta platforms. Bad guidance, says chat. The rug pulls are incoming now. There we go. So a little bit of a negative catalyst, bad guidance. I'm still waiting for this website to load up. There we go. Expected earnings per share 2.87, reported 2.98. Still waiting for the other numbers to show up. Let's see if we see anything for QS is at 415, so we haven't seen that one show up yet. eBay numbers do look good off a quick glance. Mattel number looks good. Looks like Mattel actually made profits on earnings per share instead of losing money. So that's shout out to Mattel over there. Let's shout out to Barbie. Shout out to Barbie. Let's quickly go to Mattel and then see. Big reversal on Meta platform, straight back down to 300. Do we hold 300? Here's the question on this bad boy. So Meta going minus now instead of being positive. Well, still positive. So big move back down over here. Monster sell-off on eBay, sorry, on Meta. Let's go to Mattel. Good night, Fabian. Get home safe, brother. Mattel, after making an initial pump up off the earnings, now selling off. Looks like a little bit of sell the news. The first glance we saw the numbers, though, was you know, a beat on earnings per share compared to the estimates. But we don't know what the complete picture is yet. We're going to have to wait for this platform to update us. They obviously are gatekeeping us over here with the information because we are not paying them anything. So, you know, we understand. Maybe this platform has the numbers out already. META, let's refresh it, see if they posted anything over here yet. Nothing yet, but chat. Prad jinxed Meta. I mean, this is why I kept saying, I don't know if I want to say that we see that 340, 350 coming into play. I mean, those numbers are pretty high. But if we do, you know, end up above 320 and keep trading above 320, then I would be bullish for that 340 area to come in, even for a swing trade, right? But this is a monster reversal over here. After breaking 320, dropping back down to 305, 300s over here. If 300 doesn't hold, it doesn't look that good, right? It doesn't look that good. People in chat saying, glad I sold my Meta calls. Well, that's what scalping sounds like, right? Taking profits when the numbers come in and protecting yourself from any potential danger. That's the crazy part about earnings. You know, you hear Neil and Sean talk about not to get hurt from earnings movers all the time. This is how you not get hurt. Good night, Sean. Get home safe, my friend. This is how you don't get hurt from it. Take your profits and walk away from it. Elon shorted it, says Kyle. That's hilarious. That's funny. Oh, man. Still up 3%, so we can't really, you know, start singing doomsday over here, but sadly going bad. Oh, baby, Nita Stone gifting 5 Trader TV Live memberships. Go get your memberships, everyone. Shout out to Matt, shout out to Alvin, shout out to Tony Price, Heather Tuttle, and DFJ PR. Shout out to all of you over there for becoming new members. Welcome to the Trader TV Live family. Ooh, now we're marching back up. 310 coming in on Meta platforms, up 3.5%, almost 4%. Trying to march back up to the north side and at least hold up above 310. Let's see that. Yesterday on Google, we launched. We got up to 130, 131 or so. And then we held that 129 area. That is what I'm expecting these guys to do. Get back above 310, hold above 310, and give us a trade between 310 to 320. Give us a trade between 310 and 320. That would be fun. You might see some barriers tomorrow coming in the after-hour high area. Obviously, after hours trade till 8 o'clock at night, so anything can happen going until 8 o'clock. There's a lot of time left over here for Meta platforms to move around in. Let's go see if QS has announced their earnings. Looks like no, not yet. The numbers have not really hit the wires just yet, but we should see CMG coming out with their report. And here is Chicago. Why do I keep saying Chicago every time? It's because the stock market, man. The stock market, I think the gateway on futures is CMG. It keeps confusing me. But Chipotle Mexican Grill. It keeps on pushing the downside over here, taking out multiple levels off the earnings number. People in the chat saying, actually, where's your RM watch? Right here. That's a Richard Millet. That's a Brad Millet right here. We're getting the CMG pushing the downside. Someone in the chat said that they missed some money, missed sales, lost 20K support. Yeah, I see that 20K support breaking big time. Let's scroll out to a longer time frame on our friends CMG. That's the, I guess you could say 20K support, but it's slightly above 20K, but even 20K right there. 1996, 1994, 26 area breaking, now pushing towards this bottom over here. Look for supports around 1918 area, down 6-7% right now at the moment. Look for support to come in at 1918. Also looking at this chart, quick glance, looks like we are exactly at the 100 period EMA on the daily chart. Exactly at the 100 period EMA on the daily chart right now. So this stock is finding some support there already. If this area of 1,918 breaks, there is obviously a big gap fill level to the downside for a longer time frame play, for a swing trade play, for for those who are interested in taking shorts on a longer time frame. That's something to look out for. Look for this 1900 or even 1918 area to break to the downside for a possible move down to 1800 if it does give you that move. But CMG over here, I don't really eat too much at CMG. I mean, we do have a couple offices couple stores fronts or restaurant fronts in Canada. Don't really go there too much. Looks like their revenue missed 2.5. I was going to read that number. They removed it. So yeah, revenue did miss overall over here for Chipotle Mexican Grill. Let's see if they posted the numbers. Consensus estimate. Let's go back to this view because this view is a little bit easier. Nope, didn't post it yet over here. Let's see what stock chat's looking at. Had Chipotle today, says chat. Wow, okay. Surprisingly enough. Chipotle was good at one time. It changed the last year or so. I remember there was a lot of hype behind CMG back in the day. And then obviously they had the outbreak and that kind of hurt their sales. And then they almost resurfaced, came back, and then they got hurt again because of another outbreak. So a little bit of trouble over there on their own accord. And then apparently I see chat complaining about their portions dropped and they raised prices. Sounds like they are battling inflation and trying to make a little buck here or there. Can't fault them for it. Wow, actually off a quick glance over here, looks like Mattel actually beat a surprise by 350%. So I'm surprised as to seeing why that stock is actually not pushing down, not pushing up and pushing down. An initial pump up off the number was to the north side, but then sold off over here pretty drastically on Mattel. So not sure why this one sold off even after having a 350% beat. 350% surprise on the numbers that came out for these guys. Let's go see if Crocs announced their report. Yeah, it looks like Crocs may have announced a report. Usually Crocs is fun to trade off of earnings. They bring in a little bit more extra volume to trade, a good increase in relative volume. But the Crocs at the moment doesn't really look to have made too much of a move. We just popped into today's high and dumped back down, so no real move over here. Let's go see if QS came in. Yeah, QS still waiting for this one to come out. That was priced in on Mattel, says chat. So apparently, you know, Gap hires Mattel CEO. Yeah, that was, I didn't think it was a done deal. I think they're poaching him, was the article that I saw. I don't think it was actually a deal that went through. QS might have come out over here. QS is going to the downside, at least towards the day's low, but no real spike in volume in QS just yet. People in the chat talking about Crocs again. Oh no, he's just tagging the marker for Crocs, so we'll just have to wait for that one. Wait, isn't Crocs tomorrow? I think Crocs is actually tomorrow pre-market. I'm looking at the wrong list of stocks, sorry. So QS, CMG, eBay. eBay was the one I needed to look at. Oh yeah, eBay sold off quite a bit. Big down move. And also the other one was STX, because computers, you know, I'm a big computers guy. STX, Memory Space, Western Digital, competitors over there. Usually they're pretty low on volume, but I always trade SDX, STX, and WDC on earnings days. I've never not traded them on earnings days, so I'll be watching these moves over here to watch how they come out. STX at the moment, no real pump off the earnings move just yet. I guess we still have to wait and see when the numbers come out for STX. Let's see if the numbers come out. It's supposed to come out at 4:05, but we have no update on these guys yet. People in the chat talking about LRCX numbers have come out. Let's go to that. LRCX. Ooh, LRCX pumping, but this is a $600 stock. I'm not sure I'm going to be really trading it tomorrow, but looks like you know, some of you are interested in Lam Research. I've heard about this company quite a bit through Neil. Neil talks about it during earnings days quite a bit, at least if I remember correctly. So we'll see if this is on his radar. I doubt it if it will be on his radar, you know, for him to make a trade out of it. Pretty expensive stock. Zach repelled Elon's attack. He pulled out the Uno reverse card. Apparently Meta popping back up over here, back to 318 and getting back to 315. Good. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see the stock holding above 310. If we see the stock actually closing above 310, that's good news. But I think chat said Meta had bad guidance. So you want to be careful. Be very careful. Let's quickly show you a couple stocks that have earnings tomorrow. Tomorrow pre-market. There we go. Tomorrow pre-market, see which one moves around. RCL pre-market, McDonald's, Southwest Airlines, MasterCard, Crocs, which I kept getting confused with saying earnings tonight, but no, earnings tomorrow for Crocs. Couple other stocks I'll be interested in. Honeywell, New York Corporate Community Bank looks like another regional bank over here coming up with earnings. So a good list of stocks in pre-market, and even a better list of stocks in the after hours. Enphase, Ford, Intel, Roku, FSLR, T-Mobile, United States Steels. Not really something that people really trade, but if it moves around, we'll trade. And Skechers, something that I believe has a pretty high short flow. Let's go check if it does. SXX, I believe, is the ticker for, is it SKX? SKX for Skechers. Only a 3% short float. Okay, not a high short float at all. So we'll see how that one moves around in the after hours tomorrow. So stay tuned for another banger after hour show. We'll look at Roku. We'll look at all the ones tomorrow. But pre-market, we have a good list of them. Good list of stocks to look at how they report. Looks like QS did officially report now, and they are dropping. There is a little bit of a volume spike incoming on QS. They are pooping it to the downside. They are quadunking it for a lack of a better word here. Watch out for QuantumScape. What does a chart look like on a longer time frame? Before that, let's go to QS on the earnings calculator move and see what they are expecting to the bottom to be around, and they are expecting the bottom to be around $8 basically for QS off the earnings move. So maybe the stock is not done moving just yet. Keep an eye out on it as we could possibly break the $9 area and push much further to the downside. They're expecting a total 11% drop, most likely triggering SSR going into open for the stock for QS QuantumScape, pooping it like it's hot. HOG pre-market, Harley Davidson. Let's go check out if it actually is. I'm not sure if it is. And the answer is yes, HOG pre-market tomorrow, but it's already moving a little bit in the after hours. Very light on volume over here in the after hours, but making a little bit of a move to the north side after first selling off. But HOG pre-market tomorrow for those questions. eBay good for buyer for vintage and retro stuff, says Mike. Let's think about this. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you bought something off eBay? When was the last time you bought something off of eBay? How much money did you spend? And if you did buy something off of eBay, how niche of a market was it? Meaning, how small of a market was it? I'm not saying that whatever you bought is irrelevant. I'm just putting it in a way where, you know, I know what eBay is used for. I previously have bought stuff off of eBay. It's like, you know, collectibles. What is a market for collectibles? Pretty small, right? eBay, you can buy other stuff there too, but how often do people actually go to eBay compared to Amazon or directly to the source instead of, you know, using Amazon as a third-party reseller? So if you ask yourself all these questions and then you look at the chart, it makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense. I will never be, I'm sorry, will never be an eBay bull unless they start eradicating, good night cat, get them safe, unless they start eradicating the fake resellers, the people who have these fake products, right? So eBay has a big problem with that, fake collectibles and so on. Get rid of those. Facebook Marketplace actually is a way bigger marketplace at the moment than eBay. And we're talking about a social media marketplace, right? Where way more shady things can happen because you have to go meet with people in person and so on. So, not trying to raid on your parade there, Mike. It might be a great buy for the future. I personally don't believe in it for those specific reasons. So I can't urge people to invest in eBay ever. You know, eradicate the replica sellers first, then revamp your company to kind of, you know, to duplicate what Amazon does, and show me that you have the power to even create a good enough software to transact payments like PayPal used to help you with. So there's a lot of trouble over here. I'm just trying to map out some levels while I talk to you. Let's just throw that down there, and then we can add another one. Right around there. So here's a couple levels that I would be interested in this position. Now let's go to the 5-minute chart. What else do I have to show you, chat? I mean, how many times do I have to tell you I am him? I am him. Look at that bounce on eBay, right? Right to the dot, to the line, I am him. Now, let's see if we can get that bounce off those lines to the downside. Nice little push even more to the downside. Nice little push over here and see how big of a fall can we get on this position. On eBay, break that bottom over there. And what was the number that Options AI was expecting for these bad boys? EBAY. eBay, they were expecting about, where is this? 5.1%. They're expecting a drop down to 46.31. Bang, open that, close that. 46.31. Looks like that's around that. Is our line exactly 46.31? Chat. Right? So there we go. It looks like it hit that point, right about 5% down on the day right now for eBay. Let's quickly go see if that is exactly what the number is. Yeah, 4.5% down on the day, bouncing off of that 46.31 area. Let's see if that 46 area can break, give us a down trade, even more room to the downside. I mean, it's only down 5-6%. I can see the stock triggering SSR tomorrow. So let's break that 46.31 area, push down into these ranges. I won't be surprised if the stock sees 43 tomorrow. I will not be surprised if we see 43 tomorrow. And that is what I'm expecting. So come on, baby. Break that low, push to the downside, and let's have some fun. Let's have some ride. So like I said, chat, I am him. I showed you Prastradamus is true. The proof is in the pudding. And I gave you trades yesterday. You know, that Boeing long 224. We talked about that in length. We also talked about possible shorts on Teladoc. But if those shorts didn't work, get ready to flip long. We showed you those trades on the show today. We took those trades. We also talked about Google, about how Google possible dip buys at 129 based on how the options move coming in, right? And we got that exact same 129 dip buy and rode it to the north side off the open. I'm giving you more trades over here. These are easy setups, easy trades. If Meta can hold 310 all day into the after hours and go into pre-market tomorrow, there's some levels over here. Even if we open below 310 and show support at 300, then you have a range between 300 to 310 for us to look for trades in. Obviously, can't expect 320 at that point. Bad guidance, apparently some of you in the chat are saying, so let's confirm that by doing some more research tonight. For those of you who are, who already have that research, send that research to my DMs. I'm still waiting for the numbers to update over here. Sadly, earnings Whisper is taking a little extra long over here to post those numbers for ourselves. We need a better news outlet. So I'm going to have to steal one from Brendo for this show so I can get you guys news better. This is not efficient, and I apologize for you guys for that process over here because we need to have a better process on getting the earnings numbers for you guys. But so far, we love talking about the moves. We love talking about the possible trades. And the next possible trade over here is on QS. Let's see if QS broke that $9. Looks like the answer is no, not today, Pratty. We did not break 9 just yet. But that makes sense why we are holding off near $9 or so right there. But like I said, options calculators are expecting a move down to $8. And I don't deny with that move over here. The stock has already triggered SSR, however, right? Already triggered SSR, so there could be some bounces off of 9. But if I really want to dip by QS, I think I would wait for this $8 area to come into play. So watch out for a little bit of a bigger move. The stock could easily go down 10% tomorrow. So be a little careful for this one. Guidance for Meta was higher, is now someone in chat saying. So look, that's why I got to do my own research. I don't have the information right here in front of me, but we will get you that information tomorrow in our watch list. So make sure you subscribe to our watch list. this every single day, 8:30 before 8:30. Brendo curates a watch list for you, emails it out to you directly to your inbox, where you can read all things about what the markets are doing, what the stocks are doing, what the important economic data, important economic calendar are for that day, and so on. So go get yourself a sign up for that bad boy. Did we get a super chat today? We did get a super chat today. $5 super chat apparently, but we didn't hear it on the let me see if this one works. No, it's unmuted. I should have heard it on the thing. I'm not sure why I didn't hear it. But the favorite YouTube channel, bang, says Javi with the $5 super chat. Thank you, appreciate it. Favorite chat. I mean, you guys are the only chat I stream to at the moment. But yeah, favorite chat. I love you guys. QS, a little bit of a move down today, obviously, but I'm expecting a bigger move down. Looking for the move down to the 50 to the 100 period EMAs on the daily chart near the $8. Look for that bigger move down on this bad boy. T-Doc up mad too. T-Doc still moving in the after hours over here. Let's go see if it is. 5-minute chart. No, it's not moving in the after hours, and it actually is rejecting right around an area that we shorted today in intraday and got paid for it. So T-Doc, these levels right here, we were looking at these levels and we got shorts around those levels that paid us, but Teladoc marching towards that $30 area. This is a highly shorted stock, so good earnings report for them obviously means insane moves to the upside, and that's what you saw overall. Looking for rejections around this 29.50, 30 area for Teladoc, but if you're seeing a breakout of that 29.30 area, just get long and just have fun ride to the north side. No matter how bearish your sentiment is, just get long. The reason why I'm bearish is because, the surprise, the beat wasn't that big of a beat on their earnings report, but any sort of beat on these stocks that have a high short float might just be good because they get squoze, right? So Teladoc over here in the squeeze game, that's why I was so ready to test my shorts at my levels, but be ready to instantly flip long, and that paid us. Teladoc was actually our number 2 stock on the day. Let's go, baby. And Boeing was our number 1 stock of the day. Today, Stucky, baby. $232, $233? I got stopped out over here on this move to the downside. I went long 230. I was happy with this move up to 231. I took my profits. I sent the stop out for that 230 break. I got stopped out. I thought the stock probably stopped moving, and I walked away from my computer. But it actually went back for another run through 230 and made a high near 233. After hours, not really doing anything. But Boeing obviously going absolutely crazy, giving you a new 52-week high at the moment. A brand new 52-week high. We got previous 52-week high at $223, $224, which was the breakout that I basically had today. Insane move over here. People are talking about BTC breaking out. BTC making apparently a little bit of a move to the north side, but still under 30K and possibly going to hit that 30K area and reject. So I'm not really too bullish about BTC at the moment. We'll let that thing move around. We'll see what happens later on as we go into tomorrow. Monster moves over here for our friends on Meta platforms as we are still above 310, up 4-5% on the day, and trying to hold above 310 at the moment, and that's exactly what we want to see. Let's head over to a stock that did not have earnings today, but has to be on your radar, on your watch list, right? XPEB. That Volkswagen catalyst was intense, apparently. Insane, intense, absolutely powerful, because we launched to the north side over here. I mean, what an insane day for XPEB. But that candle body, a little ugly over there. Monster move overall, though. Henry Chung coming in with the super chat with the TTS better play. Just sending a message to Fabian, see what's happening with the TTS, because we want that fun for you chat over there, so you guys can hear your own TTS messages and
Henry Chung $2. Like the energy level.
There you go. Okay, now I hear it. Okay, it did work. So like the energy level, Prad says Henry Chung. Never mind, it works. Lol. Probably freaking the kid out at the moment. He's driving home and so on. But yeah, shout out to Henry Chung, $2 super chat. Thank you for the support, my boy. Coming back to the market over here, XPEV, XPeng, NIO, all these stocks absolutely taken off. The $13 break on XPEV, you could have taken that for about a 25-cent ride, but I was in at $12.50. I took the $12.50 breakout. I rode it up to $13. I had a lot of fun with this stock tomorrow. Can't wait to see if we get another long off this $13 area, or do we get a possible short to the downside, giving you a move back down to $12.50 or even $12 over here on NIO. So watch out for that move overall tomorrow. If 13 breaks though, if 13.20 breaks, 13 breaks, we got to move up to 14. I mean, XPEV making monster moves. We might see $20 rejecting on XPEV tomorrow, giving you some trade, but if we burst through 20, we're marching back towards $22. That's an easy long. Your risk to reward over there is so tight. You can try that 20 break like 5 times and lose 10 cents every single time, but the 6th time it works and it goes to $22, you're making all the money back that you lost on it and more because you were playing a simple risk to reward setup. And I like those setups over there. Watch out for XPEV $20 area. Got to keep that stock on your watch list. Teladoc also on your watch list. Obviously, we're looking out for this $30 area. Snapchat also on the watch list for that $11 area. Look how beautiful of a level this $11 is. That stock has, been on SSR all day today, going down about 18-20% in after hours yesterday off the earnings mover. With today being on SSR and with that $10 level being an absolute beauty of a level, we hold and pop 73 cents off that level to the north side. Now the question is, does the Meta's earnings report and does the Meta's move help out Snapchat to the north side again? And does the SSR mechanic help out the move also along with it? So does all these mechanics and all these catalysts help Snapchat get back above 11? Or do we see rejection of 11, pull back to 10, and a hold of 10 all over again? So let's watch Snapchat coming back in tomorrow around that $10 area. If 10 holds, get long, enjoy it. If 10 breaks, get short, enjoy it. But it's going to be hard to getting short because I'm not even speaking English. It's going to be hard to get short because the stock will be on SSR day 2 on Thursday tomorrow. Okay. Whew. Pratt is fantastic at this, says Goliath. But you know who's better? She left home already. I was gonna do the cat, but since we do the cat one all day, let's go to.
If you're enjoying this video, please take a second and hit the like and subscribe on this channel. And never forget, do not put pineapple on your pizza.
All right. Do not put pineapple on your pizza. That was a warning, not advice. That was a warning. Okay. STX, let's quickly go to STX to see if this one's moving right now. No move in STX just yet. And keep in mind, whenever STX moves, WDC moves along with it. Western Digital, usually Western Digital has a lot more volume in it. Yeah, right there. Average 10-day volume in STX, 2 million. And average 10-day volume in WDC, 3.4 million. I'm expecting that to continue being that way. WDC might do more volume tomorrow than STX. But if STX does more volume, don't be surprised because it actually has a catalyst behind it. So earnings for both of these stocks to watch out for. Mattel, let's quickly go back to see what this stock is doing. It looks like it's still down 2% at the moment, trying to go test that $20 area. It's these bottoms right here. If these Apple bottoms over here break, that 20, 50 area break and push to the downside, I can expect support to come in around somewhere around these trend lines. So look for that move down to $20 and look for support to come in around $20. I mean, we're expecting that Barbie catalyst to be positive, but obviously if Gap is looking to poach Mattel's CEO, that's not good news for Mattel because their CEO, who was in charge of all of the good things so far, is going to be working for somebody else. So Mattel over here might get hurt off of that catalyst also. Let's come back to eBay. eBay still down 5%, 4% on the day, looking to still push down over here. Well, this wasn't the chart that we put the lines on. It was this chart. So eBay still trying to push down. How many times do I have to say I'm him, chat? Not only did we put this line without looking at the options earnings numbers. Wait. We put this line down without looking at the options numbers, and we got it picture perfect on that bounce. So Let's get that break of this line, and let's see that 46 area coming into test tomorrow. I won't be surprised if this stock goes to 43 tomorrow, so watch out for that move over here on eBay. CMG, I'm guessing that 1900 not coming in just yet. Wow. Chat, I am him. 1900. Called it. Right? Watch out for that 1900. I mean, rewind the tape. Rewind the tape. I had the line at 1918 and I said, watch for that move at 19K. 19K to 1918. 19K comes in. We trigger that price. And now we're getting ready to see what happens over here on CMG. Obviously, very, very expensive stock. The volume is only 270K on a 10-day average. So not sure if I'm going to be trading this position, but I like hitting those call-outs. Ice in my veins. Sheesh, right? Ice in my veins with this call-out at the moment. Let's go, market. Hopefully, you guys are making some profits off of these call-outs over here. CMG dropping like it's hot. We're also getting 1.9K. That's what I meant, not 19K. 1.9K dropping like it's hot. Big call-outs overall. Monster moves to the downside on all these stocks. eBay, CMG, QS not breaking that 9 just yet. QS actually reversing at the moment. QS actually reversing that move. I know someone in the chat said QS will be at $11 soon. Just wait. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. You're not wrong, because it is reversing the move over here. STX jumping up a little bit. Volume seems to have come into the stock, and it is going up. So if STX is going up, Western Digital starts making a little bit of a pump along with it. Watch out for that one. And last but not least, as we are coming to an end over here, sadly, for this after-hours show, I don't want to leave you guys, but I do have to go. I have a dog sitting for me, waiting for me at home. I got to walk him. There's nobody else at home but me right now, so I got to, play with him, hang out with him, entertain my dog. He gets bored, right? So, play with my dog a little bit, so I got to get home. So we still got about 10, 15 minutes here. In that meantime, looking at Meta. Meta is around $310 still. We popped right back to 310 after giving you a little bit of a rejection of that 315, 314 areas. Let's see if this 310 can hold up on Meta. I'll even, put that line over there, 309, 90, 35 or so. If we can hold up above 310 to 309, 35 area, let's just say 309 to 310, right? I hate giving exact pinpoint cent prices because it's never like that in the stock market. It's never picture perfect to the penny. It's ranges. So let's give it from the 309 to 310 area over here to hold above in the after hours. If we hold above that in the after hours, we can look for some nice longs off of that for tomorrow. And if we reject off of that tomorrow and we start pushing down, then you can look for some shorts off of that and possible dip buys near the 300 because, hey, if the numbers came out good, then why the heck are we not bouncing off of 300? Right? Let's watch what happens for these bad boys. And his dog needs a dog. We thought about it. We thought about my dog needing a dog. That way, then I wouldn't have to, take care of this dog so much. But hey, I love him. I love that little baby. Real quick shout out to a couple of the stocks once again that had earnings today. Snapchat, Visa, PACW, Bank of California, PACW and Bank of California both teaming up together to join one big bank at the moment. Google, Microsoft, Google with the monster move to the upside today, but still under 131. We are going to continue look for that 131 breakout if that ever shows up, but that 129 area giving you beautiful longs off of that at the moment. Sadly, not sadly, we did close above 129, and in the after hours, we're still popping above 129. So watch out for Google over there. Microsoft's breaking to the downside, but we are holding off in good areas over here. Looks like that 335 area holding up at the moment. A low day today, 333.11 cents on Microsoft. So watch out for this one. Tilray, AT&T, Boeing, Coca-Cola, they all moved around too. A couple of the stocks that moved around in the last, I think Monday, Spotify, which made a pretty good bounce back inside day obviously, but made a pretty good bounce back. We called that long for you guys. We said watch out for that 150 area. I'm actually going to set an alert, 140 area. I'm actually going to set an alert, add an alert for Spotify, 140.55. Going to set an alert just in case the stock comes back down to that 140 area. I can look for dip buys at 140, or I could look for that break of 140 to the downside. Let's also set some other alerts. We're running to the end of the show over here. RTX, no volume on it usually, so I try not to trade it, but today it did a little bit of volume, and another down day on this one. 3M, how can I forget about 3M? 3M though popping to $112 today. So another good move to 3M, almost 113 coming into play. We'll see if the stock can pop above 113. I'm going to set a trigger right around here at 113 or so. Add an alert, bang, near 113. If we can pop above 113, I'm looking for some longs over there. Logi doesn't really do too much volume. We can ignore that. CLF, I'll ignore that one too. And all these other stocks, I can set alerts for them on my own time tomorrow, because I want to show you guys over here the economic calendar. Today, obviously, we had the FOMC. The Feds did raise interest rates by 0.25, and Papa Powell talked about a bunch of stuff there on the podium. I'm sure Brendan covered most of them for you. We have now a bunch of economic data to come out before the next FOMC day. There's a pretty good gap for the next FOMC day. If I remember correctly, it's in September. Yeah, so the next one's in 20th September. So pretty good time period for until the next one. Currently, they're expecting a cut. What? That's not the current. The current's 5 to 5.5. So not sure what this is, but okay. Anyways, the next one's in 20. Oh, that's November 1st. Ah, there you go. Huh? Okay, I'm confused. But the FOMC has a bunch of economic data to look after now. The CPIs, I think we have 2 CPIs and 2 all kinds of numbers. Tomorrow we got initial jobless claims coming out, so that's a good number for the market to look out for. Market could move around at 8:30. I think last time actually market did move off of this number pretty drastically, so watch for that number to come out. Another important number for people who trade maybe lumber sales or home builders or like Lennar or something, or even insurance, home insurance companies. You can look out for those trades to come in around 10 o'clock. So 8:30 and 10 o'clock tomorrow, a little important. We also have the GDP coming out at 8:30. So lots of important numbers to come out at 8:30 to watch out for. TradingView changes my setting all the times. Hate it. Then use another software, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's the beauty about the market. There's so many softwares out there. You can use Webull if you want. You can use Trade Ideas. Use code Trade Ideas 20 to get 20% off. I love using Trade Ideas. You see me using Trade Ideas all the time. And CMG right now trying to go back to that 1,900 area. Yikes. So here's the quick look of anything that we might have missed out. ALGN, we knew that one had earnings, but very light volume, pump up to 11%. Meta, WU, what's WU? Not sure what that is, but that made a little bit of a pop-up on light volume. Any stocks that dump down on earnings on a volume jump, looks like not really too much of a volume dump on earnings. SIMO and MXL, that was a monster move going into the close, huh? That stock dropped tons of dollars over there, so watch out for that. Looks like I pretty much hit everything that I wanted to hit on the nail for you guys. I talked about all the stocks that have earnings today, all the stocks that have earnings tomorrow pre-market, all the stocks that have earnings after hours, and a couple of the stocks that have earnings yesterday, today, and some of the interesting candidates that I'd like to take a look at. J&J, UPST, Coin, AMD, everything. This is basically my overall watch list. I'll be shuffling through all these stocks, finding some levels to trade, finding some levels that I missed out because I was attracted to a different stock or focused on another stock. So we'll look at some trades over here setting up. I wish the best of luck to everyone out there tomorrow as we have a beautiful Thursday coming in. FOMC is done. We don't have to worry about the market slowing down during lunch hours. We can wait for those monster moves incoming. The carry-on catalyst moves for earnings, you know. Maybe Boeing would not have sold off the way it did if it didn't have FOMC today. It would have continued going to the upside all the way up to 230 right off the bat. Just ideas over there, right? Just because of FOMC, you might have seen the bulls taking some profits and then maybe getting back in later on and so on. So I'm thinking without FOMC tomorrow, some of these stocks that have earnings tomorrow could move around in a beautiful one-directional trade as we have been watching some of these other stocks do so. Have fun on the markets tomorrow. I will be back, I believe, at 12 o'clock on the midday. And again, at 4 o'clock for this wonderful segment to talk about Roku, talk about Roku, talk about Intel, talk about Ford. So come meet me at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Catch me outside. How about that? Peace.